Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to look at blush and highlight, starting with blush.
Today we are going to be using the same product as yesterday, which will be your lipsticks, and we are going to use this as a blush. So there are many versions of a blush, which gives a flush to the cheek. It's usually in like a pink or a peach color. They do come in creams, and they also come in powders like this. However, for powders, you would also need a brush like this, which isn't really possible for the class. And plus, it is really nice when you can use a product for more than one thing. So today will be about how to use your lipstick as a blush, and you are going to be applying on each other.
Before we get started, just a few reminders on staying clean. So, wash your hands before starting, sanitize your hands between steps, aka before touching someone else's face, and don't share one another's products. So, what you'll need today is hand sanitizer, sponges, the same lipstick from yesterday, and micellar water with cotton pads. So, grab what you need and let's get started. To use lipstick as blush, you're going to wipe off some of the lipstick onto a sponge. I'll show you two placement options. The first will give you more of a lifted look. So you're going to apply most of the blush close to the corner of the eye. So if you were to follow the path that your upper lash line goes in, that's where you're going to put most of the product, as shown in the picture here. I'll show you how on my model Nala. So first you can find the corner of the eye and then draw a line downwards until you find the highest part of the cheekbone there. And then you can see I'm patting on the product. So her cheeks are slowly getting more and more rosy. And if you want to have even more rosiness, you just grab more product. Remember, it is a lot easier to add more product than it is to take it away. So you can do just a little bit at a time. And the longer that you tap for, the more well blended and the more natural that the blush will look. You will notice on Nala that most of the rosiness is up on her cheekbone rather than on the puffy apple part of the cheek. Option 2 gives more of a doll-like effect by placing most of the blush on that puffy apple part of the cheek. You can find this by either smiling, or if you look at the center pupil part of your eye and draw a line directly downwards, you can usually find the apple that way. I'll show you on Nala. I'm grabbing more product here, and then I'm getting her to smile to find the apple of the cheek. And same as the other side, I'm just tapping in the product to get a really good blend. You can see that this is adding more rosiness to the center of her face, which looks a little bit more like a doll. It makes your face a little bit rounder, a little bit more healthy. Both sides are totally okay. They just do different things. If you put too much blush on, it is very easy to fix. So you could just continue to blend, or if you want to, you could take your fingers, which have some nice warmth to them, and just tap the product in. Another option is to use a clean side of the sponge to pick up some of the product. I'll show you the difference between the two sides. This is the more lifted look, and this here is more on the apple of the cheek. They're both really beautiful, so it just depends what you want. Now go ahead and find a partner and practice your blush. Then we'll come back and talk about highlighter.
After you have applied blush, I am now going to show you how to apply highlighter. So highlighter is like a shimmery product that you put on the high points of the face, like here, the bridge of the nose, anywhere that you want to bring forward and add a little bit of shimmer. So we're gonna do that today with a liquid product. You're gonna have to really shake up the bottle and then I will show you how to apply it.
All you'll need is your highlighter, your fingers, some cotton balls in micellar water, and Kleenex. The last two are mostly just for cleaning up if you have to. If you're looking for your highlighter, it should be in your bag and in a little bottle like this. What you'll have to do is really shake up the product as it's not entirely full, and then you may have to squeeze quite hard to get product out. I suggest squeezing it out onto your hand like this. Another option is just to squeeze it out onto a sponge. I personally like to work off of the back of my hand. Now let's put some highlighter on Nala. So a great spot to start is just on the orbital bone, which is just the highest part of the cheekbone. With your finger, you can just tap the product into the skin a little bit at a time. This does give you more precision than using a sponge. You could use a sponge, but I find it a lot easier to use your fingers. Another popular spot for highlighter is just on the brow bone. So you have the arch of your eyebrow and you can pat a little bit there. Another option is just the center of the eyelid. So this will make your eyes look more bright and open. You could also do the inner corner of the eye, but I didn't do that here. Here I'm putting a little bit on the bridge of the nose. However, if you don't want to draw attention to your nose or you feel like you have oily skin, you might want to skip that part. My favorite part is to put a little bit of highlighter on the bow of the lip. So just on the two arches at the top of the lip here. This is a really nice touch. The great thing about highlighter is that it just gives a little bit of something extra when you hit certain angles in the sun. You can see on the other side here that I'm doing the same thing. It gives kind of a wet look to the skin, which is really popular at the moment. You can see that whenever I need more product, I just grab more from the back of my hand. Again, I'm just tapping a little bit in the center of Nala's eye here. So you can just have the person look straight ahead at you. You can see where the pupil of their eye is, and then you can just pat it onto the lid in that spot there. There are a lot of highlighter color options out there, but generally speaking, you want to pick something that is lighter than your complexion. But you could go for a gold or a champagne. The options are endless. Here is an overview of where you can apply highlighter. Remember that this isn't a complete list. You can play with other places to place highlighter. It just depends what you're looking for. But these are popular. Happy applying!